Sounds very, whoa, that's a big conversation.
It's just crazy because when you watch him play, it's not like what your typical center does, right? Like, so like when I think of Shaq, I think of this physically dominating, just dunk on your head, and that's not what Jokic does necessarily. He's just such a finesse player. He's so smart. He's pretty much a point guard out there that just controls the offense. He's got so many different ways to hurt you, whether that's with his passing, with his rebounding, with getting to the free throw line, with it's just averaging triple doubles. The guy is insane. I love what he does on the court. I love what he does off the court. He is just an absolute stud. And
the horses?
And yeah, everything he does.
Love that.
He's incredible to watch, and he's already put himself in that kind of category of the greatest, not only one of the greatest centers of all time, one of the greatest players of all time.
Maybe I'm jaded because I lived it, and he's knocked me out of the playoffs a couple times, and I'm looking at it in that lens. It's hard for me to step outside of my personal experience with this guy to say that he's the best offensive player. But when you look at the numbers, when you look at the impact and how he's changed the way that we view the Denver Nuggets as a whole, you have to give him credit for what he's brought to the table. Like, I had no idea that this type of talent was gonna come down the pipeline when he started to begin the bubble as an all-star level guy. And now you look back 5 years later and he's still averaging triple doubles and still being more impactful as ever. But, you know, sometimes we throw the greatest of all time out there a little too lightly.
Fair.
We use that word ever too lightly. I like to see these things play out. Now, right now, he's already in that conversation with a lot of these guys, but ever is gonna be subjective to what you like, what style of play that you're into. But other than that, he has to be in that conversation.
I just pulled up that tweet the other day with all the crazy Jokic stats. This season alone, by the way, his points per game is already higher than Hakeem Olajuwon in any given year. Higher than Duncan is his rebounds.
Check.
Jason Kidd's career high, he's got that 10.8 assists per game. Reggie Miller's career high at 3, Jokic has that as well. And then higher than Shaq in any year.
Basically, the best of all these great players, he's better.
It's good this year, right now. And by the way, we're talking about a guy who's already won, who's been MVP, and he's having this now.
We're also talking about,
scary.
and they're 10-3, and they're also
that's what I'm saying. It's kind of fun. It's hard to ignore the fact that he's in the conversation with the all-time greats, for sure.
I know it's hard to say.
But he's still leveling it out.
There's a player that I played with that now coaches on the Denver Nuggets staff who coaches Jokic and played with Dirk Nowitzki. And he said, I've never seen anything like it.
Why aren't you just saying his name? This seems a little weird.
Why did you go to?
Well, because I don't know. JJ Barea basically, he was like, I played with Dirk. I see this guy. I've never seen anything like this. And he played with Dirk.
That's a big deal.
And he won a championship with Dirk in 2011. And he said it's another level.
That's a big deal for him to say.
It's Dirk we're talking about, and JJ is just blown away by Jokic. Even what he does in the games, in practice, he's just a robot with his work ethic. What he does, how he preps, he practices. He does every single drill. Like he is a low maintenance star. That just, I'm telling you, this guy won a championship with Dirk and said,
and also
not even
saw
close.
some greats up
Said
close.
It's not even close.
That is, I love Jokic, so I love hearing that, is what I'm trying to say. Knicks, shut up, Taylor. We actually are starting today's show with a topic that I'm not excited to talk about, but we will. Thanks a lot, Shams, yesterday for ruining everybody's day with the tweet about Victor Wembanyama, who will be sidelined with a left calf strain. I feel like we've been saying those words a lot. There are going to be updates as appropriate. Sat out against the Kings on Sunday. He played 38 minutes against the Warriors on Friday. Mitch Johnson said that the tightness thing's not something, obviously, that you want to take lightly. We've seen it too many times, and what has happened around the league. Okay, the calf injury part. Let's just start there, because even on our thread, we're like, what is going on with the calf injuries?
Well, especially if it was the play that Pods kind of took his legs out there, not intentional there, but this is something that you're going to worry about consistently when you're talking about Victor Wembanyama and his health and just kind of longevity of his career. We've never seen anybody with this kind of size and length and the way he moves, so we don't really know how to handle it, right? And I just know this is not going to be something they're going to rush back. And you guys are nuts, Michelle.
Seriously, literally drinking my water.
But again, it's scary, right? This is the worst thing that could possibly happen for them. He is their all-world everything. He is the anchor of that defense. Thank goodness they have some depth. They have, a lot of great guards that can kind of collectively get the job done while he's out. They got bigs like Cornette, Biyombo. I can see them going a little small ball lineups with Harrison Barnes and Sohan and Keldon Johnson playing kind of that 4-5. But it's going to be a huge blow to them just because of what he obviously gives them on the defensive end, offensively, everything. But you just hate to see it. They're off to such a good start. It's been nothing but positive energy and buzz around this franchise. And now you kind of have him down for a couple weeks at minimum. It's just a tough blow for them early in the season when they're kind of on the rise.
Yeah, and collectively around the league, I don't know what to make of all of these calf strains, right? You know, this is a particularly new thing that we're starting to hear in the NBA. Usually it's knees and ankles and things of that nature, and now we're starting to hear the term overuse when it comes to these calf strains. So I don't know really what to make of it. You know, we've seen how catastrophic it can be for a guy's career when that leads to the Achilles and all of those other things, the kinetic things that's connected to that. So hopefully this is something that is only a multiple week issue for Wemby and the rest of the guys that are dealing with this throughout the league. But yeah, this is interesting. It's starting to become a thing.
What do you guys do like when you're playing? Like what? Because remember, like Jordan had all the sleeves and everything else was going. What modern day is
that's
happening?
What I mean. It's like this can't be like a load management thing, right? It's 14 games in the season. I think a
He
lot
also
of this
missed
stuff.
a lot of time with the blood clots.
That's what I mean. A lot of this stuff is inevitable, right? It's going to happen, especially with a guy like him, who, again, I don't think trainers are prepared. They don't know what to expect. It's like a Zion. When you have that kind of explosiveness, that kind of athleticism in a human body, it's hard to keep on the floor. Same thing with him. So I think there's always going to be kind of ups and downs with his health. And like Lou just said, you don't really want to rush this back because, you know, knock on wood, this turns into something more severe like an Achilles, something like that. Now we're talking he's out for the season. So this is something I think they'll have to be extremely patient with. This is why they go and get a Luke Cornett. This is why they go and sign, you know, some of those other bodies like a Biombo, because you got to factor that this guy is going to miss some time, which is just part of the game. But this, like that play, you can't predict that. You can't
And you know what else? You also, this can be a legitimate injury, but you also know sometimes you might have something that you're dealing with, and the team will say, we're gonna shut you down until we figure out what's going on, and we're gonna put it out there that it's a calf strain or some of these things. But it can be more serious sometimes than reported, and sometimes it can also be a little less strenuous as well as reported. So like I said, hopefully this is something that he can get over in 2 to 3 weeks where he can get back into the swing of things. And some of these other guys, like...
These names are big.
Yeah, and he's a growing man. Like we talked about him growing 2 inches over the course of a summer. Like that's a lot, especially for somebody who's already 7'4", 7'5". And so there's gonna be some bumps and some bruises along the way. I can only imagine what his body is going through, you know, when you're adjusting, when you're dealing with growing pains at such a young age and at such a tall height. Like it's a lot.
Did you guys have calf strains?
No.
I mean, it kind of
Really?
straight to my knees, honestly. But like, and also,
Because like, look at the names that have had recent calf. It's AD, Ja, Drew Holiday, Luka, Hallie.
it's like
There's no similarities. Like some of these guys are grounded, some of these guys are
That's
high
what's crazy to
flyers.
me.
You got guards, you got bigs. So I don't see anything where I can really tie this into something. I would
Especially-
like more information.
we're
on
talking about all the stuff MJ and stuff used to do. We have so much more advanced medical
do we?
stuff now where they're doing the cryo chambers, they're doing the cold plunge, they're getting massaging.
Maybe you just need a good old-fashioned sleeve.
Dry needling. Yeah, go back
Maybe
to
it's
the
go back
Don.
to the
Go back to
sleeve.
the Don Joy
And
braces
all the
and
way.
sleeves.
Maybe we're too technical.
That's what I'm saying. We're
Maybe
too
we've
much.
allowed too much medical
I think there's
people
something to
into
it.
the locker rooms where everybody's the smartest person in the room. We need to do this, we need to do that. Like,
Roll up the
maybe-
pre-wrap on the patella.
Yeah, maybe
do
we
it.
get back to the
Go old
basics
school.
and stop all these new machines and trying all of these new little gadgets and gadgets and all of that. Let's get back to the old-fashioned tape ankles.
High tops.
High
bring
tops.
everything